Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to a Little Purple Potting Shed vlog. I nearly forgot how to say it then because it's been so long. I don't think I've done a video since March. So yeah, it feels a little bit strange. I do have a couple of videos lined up over the next couple of weeks, but I thought what I would do is I would do a vlog first, just to really ease myself back into making videos, because I haven't done it for such a long time. I've lost my mojo a little bit. I actually came up yesterday to film this vlog, but the weather was horrendous. I really don't know why I braved coming outside. It was so windy, I nearly got blown away. But yeah, I came up here, I sat in the shed, and I wasn't feeling it at all, so I thought I'll try again today. So here I am. Second try. But yeah, I just wanted to ease myself back into making the videos and also just have a good chat with you, basically, because this year has been really manic. As most of you know, me and my dad have been selling at the garden shows under Lavender and Leeks. We sell vintage bits and bobs for the garden, and he also makes the metalwork as well. So basically from April until now, it's been manic. It's been nearly every weekend at a different garden show. We've travelled as far as Harrogate and Chatsworth, and Tatton Park, and then doing quite a few smaller ones as well. But this was the first year that we tried our hand at RHS shows. So yeah, we did RHS Chatsworth, RHS Hampton Court, RHS Tatton Park. We also did RHS Malvern Spring Show. Yeah, it's been crazy, but in a good way. I mean, the allotment has been neglected. Obviously I haven't been able to make the videos, I haven't been able to do blog posts or spend much time gardening, but it felt good to focus on the business, because obviously that is my main income, and unfortunately we need to work, we need to earn money, and that's the way that I do it, and I do really enjoy it. It would have been nice to have spent some more time up the allotment, but as they say, make hay while the sun shines, and the garden show season is only really from April until now, so we really had to have a good go at it. But yes, the big one for us this year was RHS Hampton Court, which was amazing. It was crazy, but it was amazing. It was a week long, but obviously we were there for an extra 2 days to set up, and every day we were there from, well, it opened at 9 o'clock until 7:30. We didn't get home until about 10:30, so we didn't eat supper till late. We restocked, we woke up again at 5 a.m. the next morning to do it all again. So yeah, it was really full on, and a lot of hard work. But yeah, it was amazing, and we met so many lovely people there. I mean, we met lovely people at all the shows, and it's always nice to see people who watch the videos and follow me on social media. It's always nice to have a little chat with them, and of course we met some new customers as well, which was great. But for me, Hampton Court is the top flower show for me anyway. I was really jealous of the people actually there looking around, because I would have quite liked to have just spent the day, you know, as a day out around the garden show. But obviously we were working, so we couldn't really have a good look around. But yeah, I know people say Chelsea is the best flower show, but I'll get onto that bit in a minute, because that's another story. But yeah, it's just been garden show after garden show. And also I've just come back from spending a week in Wales, but before then I hadn't been there for 2 whole months. Yeah, the last time I was in Wales was, I think it was very beginning of May, for a couple of days, to celebrate my 30th birthday. And yeah, just haven't had the time to go there, so it was nice. Sorry, there was birds flying around. Yeah, it was nice to finally get back up to Wales last week. See how big my sheep have gotten, because They are big. The lambs have grown a lot, and I think that's a fledgling. Yeah, my lambs have grown so much, and because they're Herdwicks, they're like colour changing sheep. So they come out black, then they will change to like a browny hue, and their faces will go white as well as their legs, and then they will slowly start to change to different shades of grey. But yeah, their faces are white now, and it's, yeah, it would have been nice to have seen them grow up through the stages. I know I've only been gone 2 months, but yeah, treat them like my kids. But yes, yeah, so yeah, just pretty full on. But yeah, a lot has happened, so much in fact that I'm probably gonna forget to tell you some important things. But I've written a list down of all the sort of subjects that I want to go through, so I don't hopefully forget any important bits. But first of all, I do want to show you, because talking about the shows, this year I asked the amazingly talented Rosie from Rosie Young Illustration. You can follow her on Instagram. She's absolutely amazing. I asked her to design me a new logo because I want to sort of reinvent my blog, and I also wanted to include a logo which represented me and my allotment and everything in this little bubble. And this is what she came up with. I hope you can see it okay. Oh, you can't see it very well. I'm going to have to put a picture up. Anyway, the logo is amazing. I'm so happy with it. And I had these little tote bags made up with the logo on them. And I've been selling them at the garden shows that we've been selling at. I actually only had them made up in time for Hampton Court, so they are quite fresh off the press. But what I will do is I will be putting them online, so if any of you want your own little Lavender and Leeks tote bag, then you can head over there. If they're not on there now, then they will be very soon. So and they will be, I'll be able to ship them worldwide as well. So yeah, very happy with them. Also, while we're on the subject of garden shows, I had the absolute privilege of going along to the Chelsea Flower Show this year. It was my first time to a Chelsea show, and I was kindly asked to go along by the Oxford Shirt Company, just to do a little bit of press on their stories and things like that. So yeah, I was really excited, because I just thought, Chelsea, you know, everyone goes on about how great Chelsea is. And I left really early in the morning because I thought, I'm going to have to give myself a whole day. I wasn't impressed by it at all. It was absolutely miniature. There wasn't any plants there to buy. And yeah, I was expecting it to be massive, you know, this big, massive spectacle. So I think the problem is I just got my hopes up. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was so inspirational. The show gardens, if you could see them, you know, they were amazing. You probably could see more of them on the TV than you could there, just because it was so jam-packed with people. And you had to sort of walk past the show gardens like cattle, basically. So yeah, I wasn't that impressed with Chelsea, but that's one of the reasons why I think Hampton Court is just the best, because it's humongous. There's so much to buy there. The flower marquee is just brimming with plants that you can buy. Yeah, I prefer Hampton Court. Anyway, at Chelsea, I did treat myself to something, because I thought I can't go to Chelsea and not buy something to sort of remember it by. I bought a couple of things actually. I bought a little silver welly boot charm to put on my charm bracelet, which I got for my 18th birthday. I like to buy charms which mean something, so I thought, oh, welly boots, gardening, allotment related. I can't remember what else I bought from there, but anyway, I did buy this. And do I have a leaflet somewhere? Let me show you first and then I'll find the leaflet. So it's these little metal leaves with quotes on, and the seller had quite a few and I stood there for ages trying to pick one. But in the end I picked "To Plant a Garden is to Believe in Tomorrow" by Audrey Hepburn. And that's just because that quote really jumped out to me. I was having a little bit of a down day. I wasn't feeling myself. I was just feeling a little bit down in the dumps, and I just thought, you know, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. So yeah, really, really love that. I actually have these little bit of twine on there so I can hang them on some of the crooks that we sell. And it's just dotted around the allotment. And then when I was at another show, the same seller was there. I will get the name in a minute. I think the leaflet's outside. And yeah, I picked up this one because this was the other quote which I was debating about getting in Chelsea, and I was been thinking about it ever since, so I thought I'm going to get it. And this one is: "The love of gardening is a seed once sown that never dies" by Gertrude Jekyll. And again, never a truer quote. It just, you know, it's true. It's true. I think gardening will always be with me. I think that's the same for every gardener. But yeah, they're just beautiful. So yeah, dot them around the allotment, just to add a little bit of interest. Let me grab that leaflet. I knew I had it somewhere. So the company is called ablackbirdsang.com. I think they have a website you can order from. And he just makes all these beautiful cutout sculptures. Absolutely stunning. But yeah, there's quite a few different quotes on these leaves, so probably going to end up buying a few more at some of the garden shows next year. But yeah, just absolutely chuffed with them. What else should we talk about? Yes. Quite luckily, I've managed to fit in a few nice little trips out because, I mean, we've been working so hard, and every now and again we would get a weekend off. I would try and spend the weekend with my mum because she would obviously be left home alone while we were at the garden shows and we weren't spending much time with her. Anyway, one weekend I said, shall we go to a lavender farm, which I was just really excited about. We've been to the New Forest Lavender Farm in previous years, which is always amazing. The cakes there are just delicious. But this year I said, oh, should we go somewhere different? And I looked up online, and we nearly went to Hitchin Lavender, but it was a little bit too far away. So instead we went to Lordington Lavender Farm, which is in Sussex. And oh my gosh, lavender is my absolute favourite flower, hence the blog name. But it was mind-blowing. When we parked up, we decided to do the 8-minute walk to the farm instead of queuing for the tractor. But when you came over this hilltop and you just saw a sea of purple, it just took my breath away. And walking down, you could just smell it. Just smell it everywhere. It was beautiful. And I think they were only open for one weekend a year. But yeah, well worth a visit, absolutely. It was amazing. And they had this little cafe on site, just a little pop-up cafe. And I think I got a lavender shortbread and my mum got a lavender Victoria sponge. And we got a cup of tea and we sat there just admiring the view. And yeah, there was also a little talk about lavender up in the marquee, but we didn't go to that. We did buy some lavender products from their shop though. I bought some lavender edible essential oil to put in cakes and things, and we also bought some roll-on lavender, and what I've been doing at night is rolling it on my temples. It knocks me out. It's so good. But yeah, it was just the most beautiful place, and now I desperately want a lavender field in my life. And I keep thinking, wouldn't it be nice if you just had the allotment, just rows of lavender? It would just be so much easier as well. But no, it was absolutely beautiful. It wasn't while I was there, was it? No. But talking of lavender, at Hampton Court there was a lavender farm there that sold their plants. I think they were called Dairy Lavender. Anyway, on their display they had a pink lavender called Rosea, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I thought, I need a pink lavender on the allotment. Anyway, rather stupidly, I mean, I was there all week, but I left it till the last day. They sold out. They even sold out of the ones on display because you can reserve them. I didn't know that, so yeah, I will know that next year. So ever since then, I've been desperately wanting this Rosea lavender. Luckily, at Tatton Park, there was another company there selling it, and I picked up 3 because I thought, you know, if you're gonna have one, you might as well have 3. So yeah, I picked up 3 of these little plants. I've actually planted 2 out already. I'm not quite sure where to pop this one. But yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's such a beautiful shade of pink. Rosea. Height and spread 75 centimetres by 40 centimetres. It smells beautiful. I was smelling it at the Hampton Court Flower Show. I just thought, it smells beautiful, it's pink, it looks lovely. I've got to have it. So now I have. Happy. So yeah, you can never have too much lavender in your life, can you? Really? Talking of flowers, on to the next subject. And I'm pretty sure that most of you know who David Austin is. Yeah, he's pretty famous in the rose world. But I decided to order one of his catalogues from his website, which are free. And they are the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. In fact, I picked one up at Hampton Court so I can have one which hasn't really been looked through, so I can keep it safe. That's sad, I know. But yeah, they are stunning. Order one if you don't have one and just browse through it. You will fall in love with more than one rose, I can assure you. But they are just, oh my god, it's like a book. They tell you, you know, how to look after roses, how to prune them, when to plant them, you know, just all the information you need about roses. And then they're down into categories like standard or climbing and rambler, and at the back they even have an index by colour. Yeah, I can't believe it was free. It's a thing of beauty. Anyway, yeah, now I need at least 2 more roses on the allotment. And it's odd because, like, do you pick roses because of their names, or do you pick them because of their colour or their shape or their size? Because me, I'm a sucker for a good name, and if a name is quite personal to me, I will just fall in love with it. And there's 2 in here. Actually, to be fair, I have been thinking about buying a climbing or a rambler rose to climb up the front first archway. I'm not that happy with the sweet peas growing up there. They don't fill it very well. And I thought, yeah, climbing rows up that first one would just be beautiful. And then on the back too, I could just grow, attempt to grow munchkin pumpkins. So yeah, I looked through my David Austin catalogue, and I fell in love with a rose. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it. Called, is it in here? I don't think I put the thing down. Anyway, it's called Generous Gardener, and it's everything that I love in a rose. Let me try and find it. Oh, where is it? Oh, here, the Generous Gardener. It can grow up to 15 foot, which is great. It's pale pink and the fragrance is strong old rose / musk / myrrh. And I've desperately wanted a scented rose for a good few years now. The Katie's rose by the side of the shed is beautiful, but there's no scent to it. And I would love to be able to use the rose petals in, you know, in cooking or in beauty products in the future. So that's the Generous Gardener. It's just so small and delicate. It looks absolutely beautiful. And of course, gardener's in the title, so it's perfect. The other one which I've seen is called the Shepherdess, which obviously relates to my life in Wales. I can hear a cricket. It's really loud. So this is a English shrub rose. It's a medium shrub. It only goes to about 4 foot. It's pale apricot and the fragrance is medium and fruity, which is great. Great. The picture's quite small. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But again, the name just jumped out at me. I actually didn't notice it until I looked in the back in the colour index and I was like, oh, there's one called the Shepherdess. So what I am thinking of is obviously getting the climbing rose for the archway and then buying a the Shepherdess shrub rose to put possibly next to the beehive. So yeah, order one if you don't have one. Honestly, you will love it. And talking of roses, we're quite lucky because we're quite local to a national trust called Mottisfont Abbey. It's only about 20-minute drive from us, and well, we're quite biased, but it's my favourite national trust. It's so stunning, and I was a national trust member a few years back now when I managed to get it like under 25, I think it was only like £30 a year, which is amazing. But anyway, I have become a National Trust member again. It costs me £72 I think a year, but to get into a National Trust place it costs about £12 to £14 to get in. So you know, if you're going to visit them quite often, it's not too bad at all. And actually I joined when we went to Nyman's on the same day that we went to the Lavender Farm. We popped by to Nyman's, which was stunning, absolutely stunning. But yeah, National Trust, Mottisfont Abbey remains my all-time favourite. And like I said, it's quite local, so we can just pop down there. And sometimes they do open late in the evenings. And we actually went down there in June. Me and my mum and my dad, because they're National Trust members as well. And it just, oh my gosh, I just want to live there. And what's even perfect is they've opened up a new vegetable garden. And they have this little like gardener's cottage, which I literally could just move into. It's perfect. It has a pantry and everything. I love pantries. But yeah, the thing which Mottisfont Abbey is famous for is the roses, and I think we caught them on a little bit of a bad day because it had rained for the past couple of days before then, and I think it flattened them all. But yeah, it was just stunning, and in the evening light as well, it was beautiful. So yeah, I'm hoping to visit there, even if I just go there and just sit there with a book or something. That's my plan, because obviously I know it's not rose season now, but they do have perennial flowers in there, and there's other things to see as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to just escape there for a couple of hours. So yeah, become a National Trust member again, which I'm really excited about, because I am hoping to visit the Lake District this year, and I know I talked about doing it last year, but I am this close to booking a little cottage in the Lake District for around the end of September, beginning of October time. We actually have one more show to do, which is at the very end of August, and that's on the Isle of Wight at Wolverton Castle. And then after that, that's it. So I thought I might treat myself to a little week away, just me, in the Lake District. I've never been before. I've always wanted to go. Obviously, it is the home of Herdwicks, and yeah, I'd like to see them in their natural element. Also, there's a show, I think it's the Eskdale show. I think it's around the 28th of September. I'm hoping to be up there for then. Because yeah, it would be nice to see people showing their Herdwicks, because ideally I would really like to show my Herdwicks at the local shows in Wales, so it'd be good to get some tips and things like that, and obviously just enjoy the views because it's stunning up there. So yeah, if any of you have any recommendations or anything of where to stay or where to visit, obviously Beatrix Potter's house, Hilltop, is on my list. But yeah, if any of you have any recommendations, that would be great. What else do we need to talk about? Yeah, so much has happened. So much has happened. I mean, like I said, I haven't spoken to you in such a long time, so yeah, trying to catch up on things. This isn't gardening related now, but if there's any Harry Potter fans out there, then you will love it. I will just quickly talk about it. I'm absolutely Harry Potter mad. Like, I grew up reading the books. I think I was 8 when the first book came out, so I grew up with Harry Potter. I think I'm the same age as him. But yeah, I love Harry Potter. That's why I have the Leaky Cauldron sign on my shed. For any of you Harry Potter fans who spotted that. Anyway, for my 30th birthday, my parents got me tickets to see The Cursed Child Part 1 and Part 2 in London. And oh my god, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So me and my mum went up to London because my dad can't stand Harry Potter. And Charles can't stand it either. He hasn't even watched it, but he refuses to. Anyway, me and my mum went up to London, and we stayed for one night. And we just had like a Harry Potter weekend. It was the best. And we went to the platform 9 3/4 in King's Cross Station. We queued up to have our pictures taken. And then I talked my mum into having one with me as well. So yeah, we spent a bit of time there, and then we went to see The Cursed Child Part 1 and 2 because it's in 2 parts. I can't remember when we sat down for it, but it was basically all afternoon and all evening till about 10 o'clock. We had a nice meal out just around the corner from the theatre, in between the 2 parts, so it was perfect. But yeah, it was so amazing. If you do love Harry Potter, seriously, go and see it. I want to go and see it again. It was honestly, it was like real magic. And I know that's silly, but there was just things that they were doing and you were just like, what? How? What? It was amazing. And I think the tickets weren't that badly priced either. So yeah, well worth a visit. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there because I don't want to go mad on Harry Potter. But I also just want to talk about my knitting as well. And I have actually been thinking about doing a knitting vlog separately if anyone was interested, because I'm really getting into it now. I did actually film one, but I watched it back and I was like, oh, no, I don't want to put that on. Anyway, I don't think I've shown you this. In my previous vlog, I think I was talking about making a Herdwick shawl using Herdwick wool. Not my Herdwick wool. I actually bought some from Crookerbeck Barn, from the Northern Yarn shop online. But yeah, I finished it. Finished it. I finished it a good few months ago now, but obviously haven't been able to show you. So yeah, the grey is Herdwick wool, and then obviously the green is just pure British wool. I'm not sure from what, but yeah, so happy with it. It's a little bit rough, but I think I'm quite accustomed to it now just because I'm used to working with it. But it's so warm. It's lovely. I wore it at Hampton as well, because I think on the Monday it was open until like 10:30 at night. Ridiculous. But yeah, it's a little bit chilly, so I wrapped myself up in this. But yeah, really getting into knitting now. Absolutely loving it. I knitted my niece a cardigan, my mum a shawl, me a shawl. I knitted a couple of headbands, a couple of hats, knitted Charles a scarf. And I'm back on working on my navy jumper. I've just started the first sleeve. I'm about halfway through. Just the other sleeve to do, and then it's finished. Exciting. But yeah, I won't talk too much about knitting now, because I've waffled on for half an hour. So I will just quickly round it up and just talk about the allotment quickly, because I haven't spent that much time on here at all. Every time I've come up here, it's really basically just been to quickly do jobs, quickly plant something out, quickly prune something, you know, just quick jobs like that. I think there's only been about 1 or 2 times where I've actually managed to sit down for a half an hour and just enjoy being up here. So yeah, it's suffered in that way, and I've suffered in that way because I haven't had that time to just sit back and enjoy the allotment, which I think is so important. Like, you have to do that. It can't just be all work. So yeah, I've struggled this year. And lots of things have sort of gone out the window, and I haven't had time to focus on certain projects. And yeah, I would love to make these videos and to write the blogs as my full-time job, but right now I can't do that. Unfortunately, we need money to sort of survive. And yeah, the Lavender and Leeks business does that right now. But yeah, I'm not happy with where the allotment is at now. It's barely just there. The flower patch is awful. It's absolutely awful. I think I've only managed to pick a couple of handfuls of flowers this year, and because I haven't been here to regularly pick, for instance, the sweet peas, they just went to seed so quickly because you have to be on top of them every single day. I just couldn't do that. And yeah, the flower patch just looks bare. And I mean, it's the height of summer now. It should be brimming, and it's not. But I know that's purely down to me because I didn't have the time to do that. I never got round to sowing any Swiss chard or leeks to go in after my potatoes, so that bed is just bare. I'm hoping to go to a garden centre and maybe get some to put in, but yeah, that bed is bare. I mean, the pumpkins are doing fine. I haven't had any courgettes this year. The sweet corn's looking okay, and the brassica bed is looking okay. But yeah, it's just coming to the realisation that you can't do everything. And at the beginning of the season, I was really panicking because I was thinking, I haven't done this yet, I haven't planted that out yet. You know, I was really panicking, but I think I've come to terms with it now. You know, yeah, there's weeds, but you know, I can't help it. I can't help it, so I'm not going to really worry about it anymore. Yeah, I think this year has pretty much had it. Because like I said, we're obviously in the height of summer now. There's not much else I can do about it. But I think if we're going to be doing as many shows as we have been doing this year, next year, I'm going to re-evaluate what I grow, so I don't grow crops which need constant attention, for instance, things like that. So yeah, I mean, you're always learning with a garden, and to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. So there's always next year. There's always next year. You live and you learn, and you just take the good with the bad. And I mean, I have been harvesting things, so it's not all bad. It's just, you know, it could be better. But it's just been crazy. So yeah. Anyway, 36 minutes. I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. What I'm going to do is I don't think I'm going to do a tour of the plot, but what I will do is I will video a couple of the jobs that I am planning to do over the next couple of weeks, and just pop them into a video, because there's quite a few little projects which I'm working on, which I'd like to share with you. And there's also quite a big thing happening which I've been thinking about for a while now, and I think it might happen. So yeah, I want to finalise that and get back to you. But I really hope you enjoyed catching up. I was going to say sorry for talking too long then, but I know I've been told off for saying sorry all the time. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed catching up with me. I have missed you guys so much. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.